Hello, movie lovers. Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'm bringing my unboxing of the Amityville Cursed Collection on Blu-ray. Alright guys, this one is available now from Vinegar Syndrome, and I did purchase this one. This one wasn't sent to me for review. So when you get it, it comes in this slip box. A very cool design on this, but it isn't sealed or anything. So you have this top part opens up and reveals, I'm assuming, some sort of bloody type thing. That part doesn't come out. Inside you have 4 individually sealed movies. Now, I'm not very familiar with these. This one is Amityville Horror 4, The Evil Escapes. I don't know why they don't put 4 here on the cover, but it is there on the spine. And I believe I have the Amityville Horror 4 already on DVD. It's been quite a few years since I've seen it, though. It also includes Amityville 1992, It's About Time. I've never heard of this one. I'm assuming some sort of time travel is taking place in that one. And then we've got Amityville, A New Generation, another one that I've never heard of. I don't know if this could be like a remake or just kind of a more modern story. And then I remember seeing this one a lot at Hastings, but I never got it. Amityville Dollhouse. And I think this one's about a dollhouse that looks like the Amityville house or whatever. So you get this 4 movie set. I believe this was about $50. I mean, not a terrible price for 4 Blu-rays, although, they're not well-known movies. So let's take a look at each individual movie here. Amityville Horror, Evil Escape. And these all have like a color theme to them. So this one's obviously yellow. And they do have the Vinegar Syndrome logo there. Amityville 4. The Evans children have just suffered the untimely death of their beloved father. After moving with their mother into their grandmother's gothic seaside mansion, they soon become host to an uninvited demonic force in the form of a mysterious lamp that once resided in the Amityville house. As unexplained and increasingly violent events start occurring in and around the property, Jessica, the youngest member of the household, begins to believe that her father has secretly returned. Unfortunately, it's actually a demon taking on his likeness, ready to terrorize and kill anyone and everyone in order to be fully reborn in human form. The first 4 Cursed Objects films in the Amityville franchise, after the series was reignited by producer Stephen Wyatt, Amityville The Evil Escape stars Patty Duke, and remains the only entry in the franchise directed by Sandor Stern, who wrote the 1979 original, combining domestic drama and supernatural horror as it twists its way towards a shocking conclusion. Vinegar Syndrome presents Amityville The Evil Escapes on Blu-ray for the first time in a new 4K restoration of its original negative. So this from 1989 has a 95-minute runtime. It is in a 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio, and it does have DTS HD, is Region A locked. Special features: newly scanned and restored 4K from its 35mm original camera negative, the return to Amityville video interview by director Sandor Stern, televised terror video interview with cinematographer Tom Richmond, reversible cover art, English subtitles directed by Sandor Stern, and it just has who's in it there. Plastic. It's a little tough. All right, let's check out the inside here. So here's a look at your disc, same as the cover art basically, and your reversible art. I don't know if that's some kind of original art or what from the movie. Not sure. All right, next up, Amityville 1992, It's About Time. This one has a red coloring to it. Jacob Sterling, a hotshot architect, has returned from his latest business trip back to the placid Southern California suburb in which he lives. With a surprise, an ornate old clock he rescued out of a soon-to-be-demolished mansion in Amityville, New York. With the clock newly placed on Sterling's mantle, he and his family begin to change, ever so slightly at first, into something evil and very deadly, and soon a malevolent force starts to make its presence known throughout the quiet, suburban community, winding its gears to bring about a seemingly unstoppable demonic force. The darkest and most twisted of the cursed object Amityville films, Amityville It's About Time, also known as Amityville 1992, plunges the viewer headfirst into a labyrinth nightmare of gory body horror set against the facade of happy suburban living, where everything is more sinister than it seems and you never know who or what might be lurking in the shadows. Directed by Tony Randel and starring Stephen Macht, Amityville It's About Time is arguably the highlight of the 90s entries in the series and comes to Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome, newly restored in 4K from its original negative. Special features, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm camera negative. Timepieces video interview with director Tony Randel. Clockwork video interview with producer Chris DeFaria. Reversible cover art and English subtitles. This one is from 1992 and it does have a 95-minute runtime, is in 1.85:1 aspect ratio, and has DTS HD audio and is Region A locked. All right, let's check out the inside. So here is your disc, same as the cover art, and there is your reversible art. Okay, next up is Amityville, A New Generation. I don't know why, but the door kind of looks like a broken mirror or something. Kind of strange there. Let's see. Keyes is a successful photographer who lives at the border of Skid Row. While walking home one day, he notices a homeless man with a strange old mirror. Immediately struck by it for some reason he cannot explain, Keyes convinces the odd old man to sell it to him. However, the mirror seems to have a strange effect on those who look at it. And it's not long before Keyes himself starts behaving in increasingly erratic and unhinged ways, unaware that his actions are being controlled by an evil force lurking inside of the mirror. A force determined to use his soul to awaken an unspeakable evil, set against the beginnings of gentrification in LA's notorious Skid Row. John Murlowski's Amityville: A New Generation blends neon-tinged lighting and hefty bloodshed in a distinctly early 90s flavored entry in the franchise, starring Ross Partridge, Julia Nickson, and David Naughton, plus photographed by Academy Award winner Wally Feister. Vinegar Syndrome brings Amityville: A New Generation to Blu-ray in a new 4K restoration of the original camera negative. Special features, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative. Audio commentary with director John Murlowski, moderated by Elijah Drenner. Through the Looking Glass video interview with director John Murlowski. Malevolent Reflections video interview with producer Christopher DeFaria. Reversible cover art, English subtitles. This one is from 1993, has a 92-minute runtime. It is in 1.85:1 ratio and has DTS HD. All right, let's check out the inside. Whoa. As expected, same as the cover art, and there's your reversible art, just kind of a blown up image of that mirror. All right, and the last title, Amityville Dollhouse. Bill Martin has just finished construction on a picturesque new home for his family, but unknown to him, the previous barren property was once the site of the infamous Amityville murder house. After finding a small shed hidden away on the grounds, Bill discovers a beautiful and ornate dollhouse, which he gives to his young daughter as a present. What he doesn't realize is that this innocent-looking children's plaything contains demonic powers, and it's not long before the ghouls and zombies are invading his home, with their murderous sights set on his family. The last and most over-the-top entry in the 90s Amityville franchise. Producer Steve White steps in the director's seat to helm this direct-to-video horror classic, filled with impressive and plentiful creature and gore effects by Ron Nyrum? Amityville Dollhouse stars Robin Thomas and Lenore Kasdorf, and features inventive photography from Tom Calloway. Vinegar Syndrome brings this video store favorite to Blu-ray in a brand new 4K restoration from its long-lost original camera negative. Special features, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm camera negative, Welcome to the Dollhouse video interview with director Steve Wyatt. Jump into the Fire video interview with cinematographer Tom Calloway. Demons in the Dollhouse video interview with special effects artist Rob Nyram. Reversible cover art and English subtitles. This one's from 1996 and also has a 96-minute runtime, 1.85 to 1 ratio, and DTS HD. All right, let's check out the inside. Obviously the cover art there on the disc and the reversible art. So that's it for these guys. If you guys have seen any of these before, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on them down in the comment section below. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. Check out the suggested videos. For more movie news, check out my website, bobsmoviereview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.